All right, so if you have a hard time activating the glutes, grab a band. Do the butt move. Do the butt move. Do the butt move. All right, so just get into your normal setup. Make sure you hinge from your hips. Make sure your knees are wide, they're not caving in, all right? Because the band wants to take your knees and put them in, so you got to push out on the band. When you do that, you should feel the ground, all right? Because you're activating your legs, all right? So now, from here, cross your arms, and you're going to rotate. And you're going to feel like the band is being pulled. So you're going to pull in both directions as you rotate your hips, all right? And this is going to really help you to activate your glute. So hinge, step number 1. Step number 2, make sure you push your knees out. That immediately activates your leg and into the ground. Cross your arms. Now turn and get your butt deep, rotating your hips. All right, and then transfer your pressure, staying wide. And then get your lead butt deep as you stand tall. So you're keeping complete engagement through the entire move. You have to deliver your full attention. That's why I don't want you to do this with a club in your hand. You don't need it. Do the butt move. Do the butt move. But if you're a player that's like, well, I don't want to. I don't feel like doing that kind of stuff. Well, you can still do the butt move. You just won't be as deep. So what the butt move does, it engages your glutes. And when you engage your glutes, it creates more hip flexion. All right, so the butt move, hip flexion, all right, that creates really good posture. So this represents posture here. This represents the butt right here. All right, this is the butt. So you're at setup, you engage the butt, and it helps you to stay in your posture. Players that don't have a butt will tend to have a taller setup and maybe even a 2-plane swing. So I wouldn't recommend a 1-plane swing for you. The butt move, if you're going to go real deep with the butt, is better for a 1-plane swing. Players that really like to have a lot of forward bend, hip flexion. All right, the reason why I don't use the word hip flexion is because you can have hip flexion without engaging the butt. All right, to me, you focus on engaging the glutes, engaging that butt, and that's going to create the hip flexion. Whereas if you just go ahead and hinge from the hips and just add more hip flexion, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to engage the butt. So if you don't engage the butt, you're not going to engage the ground as deeply, and it makes the swing a little bit more work. But if you're a player that doesn't really have a butt, you feel like that's not a move that you can really do deep, you will start taller and you will most likely have a little bit more upright swing, have a little bit more forearm rotation, so more arms and less body. That's why you got to work with a golf professional to determine the best swing style for you, conceptually and physically. Now, I recently had a student, Richard. He is front chain dominant. So front chain dominant is when the hips tuck under. You're doing it right now when you're standing. That's just your, you know, most of America, because we sit all day, and I know you don't sit, but too much, but most people do, sit in the car or whatever, they get front chain dominant. So we have to train the backside of our muscles. That's why you do a lot of like squats, you can do wall sits, butt stuff, a lot of sinking your butt deep and back, just like this, just to engage the bottom, kind of awaken the butt. And he wants to do the butt move. So I'm like, all right, Richard, and he doesn't have much of a butt, all right? So we got him to do the butt move, even if it was just a little bit, and he was hitting it so much better. His miss is thin because he early extends, all right? So getting him to have even a little bit of butt move improved his ball striking tremendously. So you don't have to get as deep as me. I mean, I go pretty deep because I like it, all right? But that doesn't have to be you. Even if you get a little bit, your ball striking is going to improve because it's going to help you stay in your posture, even if it's a little taller. It's going to help you engage the ground and hit a really solid shot. All right, so again, we're not focused on the hips. We're actually focused on punching our back glute and front glute, especially the front one, through that imaginary wall. Yes. Yes. Good, good. All right, now we're getting somewhere. So that's a good combo for you. That'll help you. Very nice. See how nice and clean it was?
Mhm.
So repeat what you just said, because I want to get that on camera. That you said about the effortless, not thinking about anything else.
So if I get the butt move right, I don't have to worry about the upper body, the wrists, any of that other stuff.
It all just works.
Yeah.
All right, good. You need bathroom. So Richard's going to practice in his...
The butt, the bathroom.
The butt, the bathroom, it all works. So Richard has 360-degree mirrors in his bathroom. He said it's a great place to practice the butt move. I said, wow, that is appropriate. So if you have any questions about this, about the butt move and how it relates to your swing, leave a comment and I'll be sure to answer in future tips.